What's up guys, Kill here, welcome back to another game on the Gwenology account. Before this game goes completely insane, I will be live the moment this video goes live. If you want to help support me in the channel, download Zenless Zone Zero via my link below. If you play on a new account and get to level 35, I'm offering free coaching to anyone that does that. Just please join my Discord so I can track it properly. And now let's get into the chaos. Me and Thresh go off to the left. My team goes off to the right. They find 4 people in the bush, and he gets absolutely chunked. Yorick gets chunked. Thresh lands a beautiful hook on the Akshan, and I am able to find the Yorick. We are going to look for the Kayn as well, but unfortunately we cannot get that last auto off. Oh, you do not know how many times I did that intro. I'll throw them up on screen now before I delete them all. But now, rune should be on screen. We are going to opt into a cloth armor purchase with the first blood gold we obtained. Now, this is already the first mistake of Gnar's. So, crazy stuff happened level 1. He got 1 kill, 1 assist. I got 1 kill, 1 assist as well. He needs to TP back top here. The reason being is because XP is everything in the early game. And I keep checking tower. It's like he's gonna TP, right? But as you guys will see, when we start last hitting, the Gnar just randomly shows up from the river. He's at 95% health. The health isn't too crazy of a difference, but he needs to TP top because now what we do here is we last hit this minion, get our level 2, and he's half health. Now the reason we got level 2 so early is because the combat XP. So we got first blood, we got an assist as well. We got a generous amount of HP, or sorry, generous amount of XP early. So we get our level spikes just a little bit sooner. And with that, we have the lane priority. Gnar is half HP. He's just on the edge of his, what's it called, Mega Gnar form. And he's kind of stuck now. It's like, what can he do? And this is all because he did not want to commit his TP. He was just refusing to TP early and get a couple extra minions worth of XP. And now he's just going to get punished for it. But here, we unfortunately don't get the 3-wave crash because we were a little slow on it. But really, I'm not really trying to find a reset here. There's not really a big deal. Because if we can just lane lock this Gnar, we're gonna win. He jumps in with Mega Gnar, so I wait for him to go into mini, and then I just absolutely chunk him. Now we have a 4-wave crash. We saw Kayn bot side. Here I press tab, I see 12 CS. That means, okay, he went Raptors, Red, Krugs, then to bot side gank. So for the next like 90 seconds, I'm just relaxing up here. Gnar is trapped in his own lane. And as you can see, I just walk forward 1 auto, walk back. He does get fleet auto, but that just cannot maintain his health bar. And he is going to land a Q on me again, which kind of sucks here, but thankfully we still have much more HP. We have the health pot to back us up, and the cloth armor is just doing so much work here. I was going to get a dark seal, but it's like there's not really a point. Unless you're in a 1v9 situation, you don't need to ego the dark seal early. You can still pick it up later, but it's like you don't need to all or nothing yet. Get your defensive item, establish a sizable lead, and then you can go for the dark seal if your team is starting to fall behind. But here, we're just chilling out. We have our level 5, Gnar's level 4. Like I said earlier, we have the XP advantage. Even if we kill the same amount of minions, we will still just have the smallest amount of XP advantage. And here we see Kayn top, and for some reason he is level 3, so I just look at them and be like, okay, what are you gonna do? Unfortunately, he falls into the bush, so we cannot get that auto. If he did get hit by that auto attack, we press Q and he dies, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit off. I'm trying to ping assist me on the woo because I really don't know what Kayn is planning to do here, because he could just come back with his health bar, just run through the wall with his E. He's about half health, and then I would be kind of screwed. But here we're gonna get our level 6 just in time, and I make the wise decision to just 1-for-1. Now the reason we did that is because Gnar just committed his TP, and now he's just losing all of these minions, and when that happens, the lane is going to bounce back to me. A bounce is basically whenever the same amount of minions are on one side of the lane, it will automatically show up to the mirrored side. So since it's all on the red side, it's going to come to our blue side. Or sorry, since it's on blue side of the map, it's going to come to the red side, which we're playing on, but the colors are messed up. And as you guys just saw there, I've never seen such horrid minion RNG. All of his minions aggroed, or sorry, all of my minions aggroed the cannon, and then his did not. So he was able to get cannon XP, which catches him back up just a little bit, and I don't get it. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And as you guys can see in the bottom right, one of my viewers just reached level 30 in Zenless. Again, download the game, it helps me out a lot. And then if you get to level 35 within the sponsorship days, I will be offering free coaching to you as a thank you for playing along with me and supporting the channel to help pay for my editor and other expenses. Here, Gnar's about to get Mega. I just want to trade him HP. Wu is here. I'm not really looking for a kill here. I just want to chunk him a bit so that we can hopefully just establish another freeze or a slow push. But Kayn does show up here. Our Wu is able to flash out. And then I'm looking at this situation. My ult's in 2 seconds. I know we win this easily. Conqueror just heals us back up with our ulti and our passive and one auto. And at this point, Gnar cannot play. If he could play the previous interaction, now he just cannot. Kayn is also massively behind against this Wukong because 2 times he's come top and he lost both times. He lost the 2v1 situation on the first gank, and then they just lost the 2v2. And I'm able to auto the tower, walk back, and get my recall off. And this is all because I bought defensive boots. When you have a lead, you do not need more damage. You need defense. You need sustainability so that you do not donate your lead back to the opponent. If I have a amp tome there instead of steel caps, we lose. If I have, like, I don't know, recurve bow, which is a bad laning phase item, don't get it on Gwen unless you have to, we would also lose there. But because we had the steel caps for their auto attacks and then just their physical damage, it's very easy to turn that fight around. But here, everyone on our team is playing great. I pick up Dagger. I was considering a Dark Seal, but I just want to get to that Nashers first. And then once we have the Nashers, we can have some fun with a Dark Seal. Because it is relatively easy to stack this game. They are all AD. They have a support Yorick who, during the draft, I thought was the top laner. And then I saw them lock Gnar, and I got a little nervous because this lane is typically very boring, but the chaotic level 1 just helped us establish an early lead, and then with Gnar's misplay from the level 1 wave state, we were just able to get an amazing laning phase out of this. If you guys really don't enjoy the sudden impact Ghost Poro setup that I've been running, against Gnar specifically, you should run Second Wind Overgrowth, and that just helps you preserve your HP in this lane, because he can nickel and dime you with Qs and autos. If he does auto you, you can just QE him and then auto attack him, and you will win that trade every time. But just fruit for thought, if you don't like my more lane bully aggressive rune page, go Second Wind Overgrowth, and it will scale very nicely and help you survive the laning phase. There, we're just getting the wave in. Now, I have some downtime. I don't really have anything other to do than just see if Scuttle's up, grab some fruits. Then right now, I do believe we see Kayn bot. It's a little hard to tell with the portraits sometimes because Yorick ult later will like cover character portraits. But we saw Kayn down there, so that tells me I'm chilling out. That means that Gnar is kind of locked into whatever wave state I set up. So if I set up a freeze here, he is kind of forced to take it. I see Gnar jump in, and now I think to myself, okay, I'm going to chill out, wait for his Mega Gnar to try or basically end, and we can just run him down. Now see, he's trying to dodge left, right, and we just are very calm. We make sure that he is juking himself, and then when he's finally close enough for the final snip to guarantee connect, we go for it. Because all of the damage on your Q is from the final snip. The build up to it is very nice, like the 4 stacks, but all of the damage is basically in the final snip. And then here Gnar has his TP, so I'm gonna auto this once, let the Void Grubs tick it down so I guarantee the plate, and just pivot over to the Void Grubs. And I love this when junglers play for grubs. If you get 6 grubs for Gwen players, it is a guaranteed win con. Or sorry, guaranteed win. Like, this is a win con, and this is a very consistent win con. Gnar just places the ward there, doesn't really do anything. Our Smolder's getting kind of screwed over because of our Thresh roaming there, but it's not like anything changes that much down there. Smolder's a scaling character. They have some very odd setup with Yorick Jhin. So I don't really know how the lane progresses, but I don't think it's good for Smolder. But here we have 2,000 gold. I would love to reset here soon. I saw Kayn on the ward that I placed earlier, so I just want to clear this as soon as I can. Wukong's on a reset, and I just need to walk this in. Since I didn't see Kayn rewalk over my ward until just now, I felt safe enough to walk the wave towards the tower. Whenever you push a wave like that, you need to make sure you walk it to the tower. And that just means like standing in between the melees and the casters so that the opponent can't drag it to the side and then keep it right in front of their tower to set up a freeze. And then here's when I'm having a little bit of fun. I get double amp tome because we are going Shadow Flame this game. There's not really going to be much for extended fights because they are all AD and ranged. So Gnar's ranged, Jin's ranged, Akshan's ranged. Kayn, while he isn't ranged, is very mobile, especially when he goes Shadow Form, which he did go this game. So it's very hard to lock him down into a fair 1v1, which is basically where Riftmaker shines. But since people really don't ever want to have a fair 1v1 with a Gwen, that's where Riftmaker just falls off in value. There I typed Kayn as bot. I was a little too late. I should have pinged more prior to me typing. I knew Kayn was bot. Unfortunately, my team did not, so they will lose the Wukong there. As well as the Annie. As well as the Smolder. While I can blame my team for that, if I know this information prior, I need to let my teammates know, because this is ranked solo queue. You have to imagine that your teammates know next to nothing about the game or just how other roles function. It's annoying to try to like babysit your teammates sometimes in ranked, but in ranked you cannot put much faith in your teammates. As you guys will see later, this Wukong makes a drastic mix play that I'm basically forced into fixing, and I will go into that in more detail when it happens. But for now, he's playing great. We are going to get the push in, and since there is some downtime, I figure why not place the ward to get my Ghost Poro going for its next stack, give the Scuttle Crab for some extra gold, and then just ping the ward. I really wasn't sure where Kayn is, but if Kayn made a bot side play 1 minute ago, there's a high chance he's top, so I don't want to run into this Gnar even though I'm half HP. No point in risking anything because my ultimate is down. And I'm not really sure what they used bot lane because I wasn't paying attention to the fight. I was only looking at the health bars.
This is better than a dream.
But here, Akshan Yorick are mid. My Thresh Smolder are fighting the Jhin, it looks like. I'm just pushing waves, smiling and waving. Smolder will luckily find the Kayn there. I cannot believe that the 04 Smolder was able to do that, but thankfully they were able to pull it together. And then here I see Gnar wanting to reset. I just kind of want to lane lock him like I was earlier. Just make sure he can't go freely spend his money without potentially losing resources. If he does get the recall off there, I just get the tower. And since he's kind of stuck here with mini Gnar, I just go in and finish him off anyways. So he gets his resets, but unfortunately it's going to be twice as long and in the form of a gray screen. And since it's twice as long, that means we can get some early tower damage. We see the Kayn here. Get a small chunk on him. My team gets Dragon. This is just a very nice, clean game by everyone on my team. They're just hitting it to see what camps are up. I know Kayn is there, but I just didn't know what camps he skipped or has taken. Get the Shadow Flame, perfect to reset. And we are still just following the flowchart of, I want tier 2s. Here we see the opponents on the Rift Herald, so I just want to go fight. Like, even though I don't have ult, my teammates are mid. We should be having Wu beeline it to us after the blue buff, but he did go for the wolves. So it's on us to try to stop this. Unfortunately, King just finishes it off, and then we'll run away. That's the first semi-mistake that Wukong's made. He just refuses to rotate for that objective, even though they have no right to take it. It's kind of baiting themselves there, because they need that objective to have any chance of getting income. So if we can just shut that down, not even steal it from them, just get them off of it, that sets them so far behind, because them wasting time is so much worse than us being ahead and wasting time. Here I find Gnar, he switches into the Mega form, so I just want to chunk him a bit, sidestep the W, throws Boulder, chunk him a little bit more, sidestep is not his ulti, sorry I misspoke, but get hit by his ulti, and then just go back top. God, imagine if I sidestepped the ulti too, that would have been goated. But my bot lane's pushing down there, gets the tier 1 I believe just now. Akshan will rotate down there. Jhin can't also down there. Jin's committing his ultimate, so I know Gnar's up here alone. I end up canceling my reset because there's like no reason for me to, right? Like I have 700 gold. I would prefer getting a death cap third, which is amazing to get third. If you can get it second, always get it second over Shadow Flame, but it's just very hard to afford 2 large rods in a row, especially that early in the game. But here, just some last hitting. I end up breaking away from this Gnar to find a TP angle, and we will luckily find a low HP Akshan. Almost losing the kill there due to his movement speed buff, and if he got a little bit further away, he could have hookshot. Gnar will also TP down here, and we will luckily ignite him off screen. I cannot believe my cursor got onto him in time. Then we start collecting the wave, and I forget to realize that the fight lasted so long, Kayn was able to just run back, and we will fall. Here we get our first large rod. Like I said, it's very hard to get back-to-back large rods. Like, we're so fed, and we still can't get both of them. That being said, though, if we collect that tier 2 top now, we have our second large rod. And we will be very, very close to a decap third item, while Gnar only has Trinity Force. Right here, I'm just deciding what I want fourth item as I'm running into the lane. I definitely want a tank item in this situation, because they are 5 AD champions, and there's no reason to have more damage. The dopamine of more damage is nice, but with these games, I'm trying to show you guys how to play optimally and efficiently to win your own rank games. So fourth item, I'm considering things like that I've never tried before, or things that I have tried before but not for a year or so. And I end up choosing the Iceborne Gauntlet that we will build into fourth item. Just because there's not really a reason to get a Jak'Shos because they have no magic threat. The Warden's Mail, while it is nice, we don't need the mana. They aren't critting that much outside of Jhin and Akshan, which I've barely seen Akshan this game. Jhin is a non-factor. If we can just land one needle on him, we can run him down. So we just need flat armor. We don't need specifically crit, we just need flat defense or physical. But here we find the Yorick. We end up QEing the Kayn there. You can usually predict where the Kayn's gonna jump. Wherever the nearest wall is, if they are in a bad situation, they usually want to run into it or dash over it. But here we find the Jhin as well. Again, he's just a non-factor to us, and that does give us our decap. We're also 9 Dark Seal stacks this game, and I don't think I've shown it on my HUD yet. Oh, there it is. I'm 18 stacks. Once you get 20, you get your last 10 AP. So, it's a very consistent rune. We would have full blood, or not blood, eyeball collection stacks here. But you just can't consistently get those in a game, and that's why I've just been loving this Ghost Poro rune. I highly recommend it, because it's just giving you rewards for playing the game properly. It's giving you a reward for placing a ward, because it doubles your ward timer there. It just plops down a Ghost Poro that lasts for 90 seconds. If you see someone, you get another stack of your Ghost Poro, and it's just really, really nice and efficient. And it typically fully finishes around the 24-minute mark. I've had games where it's been 27 minutes. I've had games where it's like 22 minutes, I think that was the quickest I ever gotten it. And then this was the mistake I was talking about. We see them all beelining it to the Baron, and my Wukong is just sitting bot. You see him this entire time, and then he says, okay, I'm gonna go Rift Herald. Thankfully, Jhin graciously paths into me, and we are so lucky that happened, because this is now a do or die situation for the Baron. Now, do we lose the game for this, for them potentially getting this Baron? No. Does it get significantly harder? I'd say yes. Like, there's no reason Wukong should waste all his time down there. And thankfully, the rest of my teammates are quick to fix the issue that Wukong did. And you'll see me get a little upset here, because this is just a very meaningless situation that we put ourselves into. Like, there's no reason Wukong should be the one going bot there when we see them all pivot over to the Baron, when Smolder can just walk down there, because he's still trying to stack up. I believe just that fight he got his evolution. If not, then he does the next fight. But we just have Wukong come there with his ultimate, and it's just free, but yeah, I was really upset in the moment.
But I'm still here. I'm still alive.
But here we decide to go for the Iceborne Gauntlet. I'm going to start side laning bot lane, because now that we have 6 Void Grubs, our teammates have the Baron. We just want to side lane and have our teammates run down mid with the Baron buff. And if not mid, then top. Randomly, we find a Yorick here. I don't know how this Yorick got here, but goodbye. Yeah, here Wukong's still talking about it. Yeah, I just say shush and play, and then whatever he responds with, I'm just going to leave it as is, because it's not worth my time. The misplay happened. We thankfully salvaged it, me and my team. And we are able to end this game with relatively ease now.
These turrets look strong. It'll be quite fun cutting them down.
Yeah, Gnar's just kind of stuck down here. His teammates are kind of just fumbling. There's nothing they really can do in this checkmate situation. I'm pushing bot, my teammate's pushing mid, Smolder's pushing top. They have to choose one of us, and no matter what they choose in this situation, it is always wrong. Here I misplay here. I definitely could have dashed in front of this Thresh and saved him. I think I was like caught on Yorick wall, and I just got kind of confused on where I was, because I was clicking around. There, we'll one-shot the Yorick. Help push top with Smolder. My teammate, your teammates push out bot. They end up looking for our Smolder. He's just going to execute the Jhin. And now we're just kind of chilling out. I'm going to recall here just to make the build look pretty. We have 10 Darksteel stacks. Might as well get the Iceborne Gauntlet, buy a Tenacity Pot, and just TP back. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, sub, comment something about a belt, and I will leave you guys to the endgame stats later.
Just like the good old times.